Hey guys, Bug Rich here. Today's video, we're gonna be doing alternate history part. Oh my gosh, I gotta stop saying alternate history part because honestly, I have no idea what part it is. Yeah, so we're just gonna hop right into it. So in the last episode, I'm pretty sure nuclear bombs were created, and because I haven't recorded an alternate history in a little bit. So as I can tell, is the Korean country has one, and the pink country has one, and the Russians have one. I'm pretty sure the Russians were the one that created them. So, yeah. But in today's episode, we're going to be taking a look, for the first little bit, we're going to be taking a look at our pink country. For the past little bit, they've been at a steady decreasing power, very slowly though. So, I'll show you from, since they got the nuke, it's been like a couple years, and then it started, well, no, not like that, sorry. This was right before they got the nuke. Then they got the nuke, they kind of skyrocketed because the power of the nuke kind of brought them up. But then they're starting to flatline. Every once in a while they do go up. But now they are at a decrease. So it is now not looking so good for the pink team. But people are now predicting in 50 years, this is probably what they're gonna look like. And then end up right here. So yeah, and they're predicting if World War II does break out, which everyone is actually predicting will happen soon, between the Heart and the Russian alliance, which they are predicting will happen soon, is that these guys are going to get trampled by the Heart alliance, and they're going to get pushed back up to the wall, and they're going to get absolutely demolished. So yeah, that's what they predict, and yeah. So, but over here in the our red country, they are technically officially dissolved because their government was killed and there was a new president. He was elected down here. Their capital is right here now. And well, they were trying to hold the country together as strong as possible. But the biggest city in the world is now destroyed, and well, not fully destroyed. Like the outskirts are still around, but no one's really alive in there. It's mainly just the middle that's destroyed. It's just the city's been nuked. So yeah, obviously people were warned about it. Russia did drop flyers over this, and the city that got nuked here also was warned about this. So both countries are going to collapse though. So the Stark King country, they are going to regain their lost land. They're going to actually take a little bit more than they used to have. They're going to take all of this, and they're going to make claims in the nuclear wasteland. And their plan is to reclaim the rest of the city. And well, they do actually are able to do that, but not at much cost because the other country doesn't really want any of that. So they're like, okay. But now people are starting to get scared, and they're realizing that this is probably going to mean that if whatever country gets nuked, will probably get partitioned, because well, that's not what you want to see. And well, now you have this. They go ahead and take the rest of the country. They actually move their capital down there because there's a lot of people moving down here from the nuclear strike. Also, they were moving up here to this city. So yeah. But this country, this dark brown country is able to hold on for a little while. They are not completely dead. They are still around, but just not as strong as they once were. Actually, nowhere close to being as strong as they once were because well, they were nuked. So yeah. Now you have a United Ireland island, and well, Britain is the British island is now a mess, and actually our original country is still gone. It's gone, except for one piece. Over here in North America, so you see there was a massive this area is not so happy with being in this country. They do want to join the Canadians, but you see they went ahead and broke away from the actual people. So from from the purple team, except for the capital. The capital is still a part of the purple country, but that's not gonna turn out well for them because um, uh, this lower half they are really pro red team. They wanted to still be a part of the red team, and this part of the country actually goes ahead and takes in the exiled red con- red leader, and the red leader goes ahead and declares this the red country. So the red country does live on, but they have now moved the farthest. Their country has now moved the farthest because I feel like another country that has moved pretty far is this. Wait, hold on, let me see. I feel like another country that has moved pretty far. Actually, I don't think this has never happened to one of them. Maybe this one because like they've kind of gone back and forth because they had like they had like all of this. I'd say at one point they had all of that and like, but something happened. I don't know. I don't really remember. But the pink team economy one day, the government is shot and their economy was at whoa. This is when this is about when they were. This is when he was shot right here. Their economy was expected to go back up and then dip down for a second and then go back up. They were predicting that, but no, they weren't predicting for the president to be shot right here. And whew. So yeah, and that's not good. And the French people over here in Paris, they started rioting. Well, what the French people call this Paris. And the pink team, they go ahead and destroy what's left of their part of the city. And they go ahead and build a wall on the French border. And this is now, you can kind of see how the pink team is starting to make some bad decisions. And yeah, it's just not looking so good for them. So yeah, they build a wall on the northern half, but they are starting to build a wall on the southern half. It's just not going as well because like money, out of money. But walls are now starting to be built all over different countries. For an example, there is a wall built right here on this border right here because the green country, like the Turkish country, and our other country, this dark blue greenish color country, they hate each other. The Turkish and this country right here, they hate each other. So yeah, and walls are now starting. And as I said, walls are being built everywhere. Oh yeah, our right country still also does live on right here. They didn't actually collapse right here. This is like where they were. This is where the red team's government was exiled to. So good for them, I guess. And another wall is built on the brown team's border because they're now just countries are now just building walls on the biggest threat from where they're scared. For example, Russia is not building any walls because they aren't really scared of anybody. They have a nuclear bomb. But they are actually building a little bit of a wall over here to stop... they're being Trump. They're doing Trump stuff. And they're building a wall to stop the refugees. And actually, Trump was just born, we're gonna say. So yeah, we're hitting around that time. So Trump was now just born. In Canada, obviously, because Canada was born mostly. Canada has most of the land in has a decent amount of land in the U.S. And here, once I'm done doing some stuff over here with the walls, we'll go ahead and show you the power rankings. Also, Korea is doing the same thing as Russia because they are trying to stop the refugees. Because it's not like they both have like leaders that aren't totally on board with the whole refugee thing. And yeah. Also, guys, when I said "Go Trump" in that Ottoman, what if the Soviet Union came back? I didn't mean like yay Trump. I meant like he won the election in that video, so like go Trump, like good for him. So yeah, if anyone took offense to that, well, well, I'm gonna be posting that with this video. So yeah, and you go ahead and have a not terrible sized wall being built, but yeah, so some parts are thicker than the others because like there are some parts where a lot of refugees are getting in and they were really trying to stop that, but others they're like not really caring. So yeah, now time for the power ranking. Number 1 is going to be the Korean country still. They're still our strongest country. We'll use their color for them. So, the Korean country, number 1. Number 2 is going to be the Russians. Number 2 is the Russians, so RS for Russians. And then number 3 is going to be the Canadian country. Number 3, the Canadian country. Number 4 is going to be, surprisingly enough, this blue country. They're having some good times right now. So number 4 is the blue. And then what else country is really strong? I'll give you the top 5. Yeah, pretty much all our powerful countries are collapsing right now, and that's not good. But oh yeah, our brown country is number 5. So yeah, number 5 is brown. So yeah, this is our power ranking, and just to show you guys, they have a power ranking of 12 now. Russia has a power ranking of 11.7. 11.7. Canada has a power ranking of 10, which means they can now start making nuclear bombs or buy nuclear bomb. 10 point actually 8, so they're catching up to Russia. Blue, they are at a 9.6, and the brown country is at a 9.5. So they're way behind. And actually they're at like a faster increase than the blue country. So yeah, so that's the power ranking of the world right now. And well, Russia, they now, so the Canadian country, they go ahead and ask Russia if they can get a nuke. And Russia says, no. You're going to misuse it and you're going to nuke whoever you want. And well, that got the Canadians pretty mad. They said, okay, well, fuck you, we're leaving this alliance. They're like, what? Whoa, I didn't mean it like that. They're like, well, I don't care. This is what you're asking for. And well, they leave the alliance and they start their own alliance. And it is going to be the Star Alliance. We use the color. So the Star Alliance, and it does actually consist of some fair amount of like these two North American countries, because the blue country and the Canadian country, these two both share really good relations. So they're going to be sticking with each other. Now Russia was kind of expecting that. So yeah, Russia did not mean it for this to happen. And well, you see, Russia was really scared because they were scared that Korea was going to leave with the Canadians, but they didn't. But eventually, this nuclear bomb that the Ping team had, they went ahead and sold this to the Canadian country, so they no longer have a nuclear bomb. And they go ahead and they leave the Russian alliance, but that's not really a big hit because, well, they are no longer really focusing on their country. They are pretty much going fully isolated. They're turning to a quote North Korea. They are building walls on all their borders. And actually, the French border has been completed, and now they've started building a wall on the blue border, right here. And they completed that. The orange country, the dark red country. It's because they're scared of what's gonna happen if they are able to, if their power does drop any farther. So they're scared what will happen to them, and they're building walls everywhere. And well, that's exactly what's happening. And well, these walls you see, they are now extending on to like this. They were pretty much, this country's going insane pretty much. They're becoming the European North Korea, which is honestly pretty crazy because well, North Korea is a not good country to live in our timeline, and neither is this country because their economy is bad now. They went from being like the third strongest country to like uh to the 32nd strongest country. Yes, they had quite a big drop. Also, the red team, they're stronger than the pink country. They're at a the red team. They are at a 21 because of the new land that they have. And well, they go ahead and build a wall on the rest of their border. And well, now it's not looking so good for our pink country because well, now they're completely isolated. And well, that's not good. So yeah, they are now pretty much the only country that have walls all around their country. Obviously, it's being built, but yeah. And well, as I was saying, the Canadian country. Does the Canadian? Oh my gosh, I don't think I gave the Canadian country a capital. Well, we're gonna go ahead and put it right here. There, that's good enough. So yeah, I don't know if you'll really be able to see that, but oh well. Yeah, it's not just those two because that's just like a defensive pack. These guys don't have a capital. That's what you want to see. They kind of need a capital. So, yeah. They go ahead and join the Canadian Alliance. Because they do. They kind of wanted to. They go ahead and join the Canadian Alliance. They go join the Canadian Alliance, and well, now the Russians are like, okay, whoa, we did not expect the Canadian Alliance to get this powerful. And they even got some of they got the most like powerful African nations, which are like these three. These are like the only decently strong African nations, which is this light blue one, this dark pink one, and this light green one, and this one right here. This one's actually like the second most powerful African country. They're all in the top 20s, so and above. So yeah. And well, if we come over to here, we finally have the brown country. Well, no, with the now isolated pink country, you're gonna have places break away from them now. And well, now they're starting to realize that the people are now starting to realize that they're gonna have to hold an election, or else they're gonna turn out like the pink country. But not the pink country. They're gonna turn out like the red country, but worse. Because well, the red country, they were able to stick around. They're scared that they're gonna be pushed just up to their old walls, and well, that's not gonna be good for them. So these two provinces right here were the first ones to break away. They went into these two countries because, well, these were like the highly wanted ones, so yeah. And well, the rest of them, they start to break away, and actually the red team islands went back to the red team. So somehow the red team is coming back, but not even on their original island. So it's really confusing what's happening. And well, the rest of so this breaks away. We need some new colors, so let me just go ahead and get a new color. This will work. This breaks away with this island. And well, now the pink country's realizing that they are absolutely cooked. It's like that queso meme where it's like, chat, I think we're cooked. And I'm like, yeah, it's like that. They're like that right now. And everyone's like just watching and laughing at them. And yes, people are trying to get them to vote, but they can't get the pink government to budge. So they are now stuck collapsing. And well, it's not looking so good for the pink team, because well, there's now the whole North America, South American uh, colonies. Those are no longer theirs. They are now different countries. And with this country, they went ahead and make some claims here, and they went ahead and got some claims up here. So they got okay, nope. They got this right here, and this all the way down to here. So yeah, they got all of these. They got all of this, but our brown country, they are now growing their colony also, but at a fair pace. Um, and they're talking with the locals. They're meeting up with the locals. They're doing everything right. Well, on the other hand, well, the pink team's African countries, well, not African countries, colonies are not holding on to well anymore. A wall was supposed to be constructed, was actually starting to get constructed on the like around on the border of the pink and brown team, and it started to be constructed, but eventually this went ahead and got placed into it, and before they could start building a wall on the African one, they went ahead and took back the brown country went ahead and took back some of their old land. And well, this is gonna boost up the brown team up to number 4. They are now in number 4, and they are running for the number 3. But the Canadian country is not going to be letting that down hard softly, because now with tensions starting to lower between the French, not the French, the Russian and the Canadian country, they're now starting to talk again, and they are starting to realize that maybe that both of them were being a little childish, and Russia was being a little stupid because they were one of your trusted allies, and then you just went ahead and said, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm scared of you. That's pretty much what they said. Our brown country, they got some, so yeah. Our green country, they went ahead and they made a strive for old land. Yes, they are now trying to their leader is now starting to put things in place to recapture some old land. Our Russian country, they did take very little because like they're already like this colony. They aren't totally in favor of the Russians right now. Obviously, it's like just a rough patch, but like still doesn't matter. And well, let me just go ahead and make this look a little bit better. So yeah, now the the green country, they're now reclaiming their old land, and well, now it's like the end of the this is like the end of the pink country, because there's no coming back from this, just like the red country, but honestly there's no coming back from this time. um this colony is probably going to be trying to stay in, actually they're trying to break away from the red, like this colony down here, they're trying to break away from the red country as fast as possible, because honestly they haven't really been like in favor of like they haven't really been in favor for them for a long time, because like they've been calling for a very long time. But the Canadian country, they go ahead. Oh my gosh, I just did go ahead twice. What am I on? They go ahead and take this. Oh, they go ahead and take the pink team uh, island. They go ahead and discover Greenland, but they go ahead, but it's not that's not finished until so they're not the only country that discovered it. The Denmark country got here first. Also, they were also here, like right on time to claim some of the old land. And we're gonna say that these islands have been discovered now at this point, because I'm tired of seeing them grayed out, and I can start using some gray countries, and I can start like making dark gray countries. So yeah, pretty much now the entire world has been explored, like the entire world except for like some stuff in the Amazon rainforest is just like colored in, but meh. And as I was saying, Denmark country up here in the north, they actually were able to make some colonies up here in the north, surprisingly, but down like northern south. So like yeah. But back to the collapsing of the pink team. Um Africa, they're starting to break away, not just countries taking land from them. Um, this is was I'm pretty sure this wasn't a part of the this wasn't part of the brown country. Actually, I'm pretty sure this wasn't a part of the brown country either before, but like they just took this land because they wanted it. But the brown country, they are looking at this red country like they really want it, but they're probably not going to get it because, well, they don't want it. Well, they don't want it, but they do at the same time because the stuff is happening in that country. And, well, the pink team, they're pretty much combining uh, multiple people and, like, oh, this one's not going to be a nice country because, well, yeah, the pink team, they're doing what the Russians, like the old Russians did. And, well, yeah, that's not good. Because this and all of this is now a part of the is all different countries. So this two parts right here are a uh, country, but that's not good. Also, guys, you see this little thing right here? Yes, that is the remainder of the red colony in Africa. They actually like declared themselves. Like only like 4 to 5 countries recognize it. This lime green country recognize it. The Russians recognize it, and same with the red team recognizes it, and this country recognizes it. Because well, they never actually really broke away, and they don't even like go into the lime country. So yeah, and the lime country kind of recognize it. But you can now have, I'm pretty sure, our first African war, other outside of continent, like outside of like superpowers, like they're not like controlled by a superpower. So this country, they go ahead and start put our old country, our old new okay, this lighter dark blue country, they go ahead and start the invasion. But what they didn't expect was to have some crucial and brutal losses and an encirclement starting to happen up here, because these guys they were also kind of getting prepared to do it. But this encirclement, it does actually was able to happen. They were told to retreat, surprisingly enough. And well, obviously this is not an advanced civilization. It is a very non-advanced, it's pretty much still in the Stone Age, because well, the pink team, they didn't give the time of day to the Sahara Desert provinces, and that's why they're gonna start becoming really big. Like I'm pretty sure like all of this is like one country, and like sure, some of it might still be claimed by the red because well, red, but the pink country just didn't give it to them. But our this country, they were quick to react, and they were able to break through the encirclement, because well, they are actually like, they have important cities, they have a capital. This country, they don't even have a capital, and they are declared a terrorist group. And well, something happens on December 1st, 2001. It's pretty much 9/11, but it is in Africa. So some hijackers from that country, that these blue countries invading right now, they go ahead and steal a plane. They fly it from what is pretty much their capital. They come down, and this is the exact flight path that they take. They were about to run out of fuel, and someone sees the plane, but it is only hit into, they miss. The hijackers missed and struck the ground instead. So it did land in the city, but it missed and hit the ground. So it only killed about 50 people, but it was going to kill 2,100 people or more. And because they were going to strike a very tall building that was like that has been around for quite a while. But this goes ahead and leads to the pink country also declaring war on it, because the pink country does frown upon terrorists, and that's one of the reasons why they built the walls, but don't know what the walls are going to do. What, are they going to stop a plane? But this group quickly goes ahead and shows its dominance and is able to push back the pink country and push into the country because, well, the pink country, they don't even have, like, they're using troops that aren't supplied. Well, peace treaty is not decided because, well, they go ahead and push in and they take what is pretty much the capital. And, well, yeah, it is now left like this. And they say, here, take the top of our country, and we will leave you like this. And they say, fine. And, well, this goes ahead and breaks into this country, and, well, a little bit of land agreements does go ahead and changes some borders, but, so yeah. Also, our red country, they go ahead and reclaim, this bottom half, of the country, so it's like, yeah, they reclaim it. Yeah, it's pretty stupid how the red team can do this, but because they're still technically around, but they are. I can't do anything about that. And, well, yeah. So now for our last country to break away from our pink country, is this one. I'm sorry, guys, if the pink country was your favorite. Well, it is no longer colonial power. It still exists, but the pink team's greatest fear is now going to come to truth. The brown country one day goes ahead and declares war on it. But the pink team, they were kind of prepared for this, and, well, it becomes a stalemate. But what they don't expect is for this dark red country to also declare war on them. The dark red country was able to be a little successful. They were able to break through the wall and capture the city and quickly move through and capture the city right off the border. But the pink teams that are not slow to react, they are very quickly able to push back the troops that are mostly pretty much their whole army on the board with on the walls. They are starting to make encirclement, and, well, our pink country, they go ahead and with being paranoid, they go ahead and declare war on this country, quickly moving in and holding here and pushing, but false things, they do pushing a little farther and just reach up to there. But honestly, that war doesn't go terribly for them, and the peace treaty is decided where the pink team will get what they have for a lot of money, which hurts their economy even more and their group even more. And, well, a peace treaty is decided down here. Also, our dark red country will gain the land that they wanted before, because they should have gotten some more land from the collapse of the country that was down here. And see, before if the government never got shot, the pink country would probably still be number 3. Because their power, yes, they were dipping, but they were expecting it changed. It was going to go back up. But see, people weren't happy about that. So they got mad and they shot the president. And, well, now the president they elected is not good. Also, guys, Denmark does look a little deformed here because, well, somehow there's a ball right here. It was like this big, and it was like right there, and I had to redraw it. I redraw that, so it looks a little deformed, but it's fine. But eventually, our pink country is also able to make a little breakthrough on the northern half of the brown country, but our brown country is not slow to react and quickly able to push in and take this little panhandle that they have. A peace treaty is decided on, and it is exactly what they took. Well, now they are now both. These two countries are now lining troops up on the border. Well, no, just the brown country. They're pretty much just lining troops up right here, getting prepared to declare war on them. Like they're lining troops up here so they can quickly march through and take the capital. But the brown country, they've never been able to do this before because brown country, this is their second time being around. But you see, the pink country, this time they go ahead and declare war on them. And finally, the pink team government collapses. And it does lead to a little breakaway country, but it's not as big of a deal as you probably think it is. This was a very peaceful breakaway, but at the same time it wasn't. People are still killing each other on each side of the borders, but it's just like I will kill you and you will kill me, but we won't invade each other. Okay, okay. So yeah, that's what's happening, and it's very gruesome. The Pink Country is pretty much invading them, but very little bit. But they do go ahead and actually they go ahead and make the decision to um, just straight up like they make the decision to re-elect the the great leader's son, and well, everyone's okay with this. The son starts making some good decisions, and he starts making some good military decisions, and he's able to push down to the capital. Well, the Brown Country isn't not too slow to react, because they do pull some troops off from that border, but they also are able to push out here. But with the very disorganized Brown Country, they are now able to pretty much encircle the northern half of their country by pretty much they do. And well, you can pretty much say that the southern half is encircled, but their capital is down here, so I'm going to say that the northern half is encircled. And eventually, a peace treaty is decided on, and for the final time, a wall is now built on, like, a peace treaty is now decided on, and well, it looks something like this. So our Pink Country, they get all of this land back. They do get a little bit of land right here, but they're gonna build a new wall on the new border on the border of our Brown Country, because well they can no longer trust the Brown Country. The leader says that, and people are all supportive of it, and they are even willing to let the government ask the people if they would be okay to use if he could use their tax money on this wall, and they said yes. So stuff is looking up for the Pink Country until about the wall construction was here. Okay, I need to redo this. Until the wall construction was about right. I'll fix it up after. But the wall construction, it was about right here, and then this president was also shot, and this is said by this country up here, and they say, "I am so sorry." The leader goes ahead and apologizes greatly to the people. They pay them money, they give them this land, and well, they finally get peace. But the new leader's son was not able to have a son, so his best friend gets into power. Well, his wife does, but she gets killed, and then his best friend does. So yeah, now his best friend, he says, just keep on running the country that you were already. So yeah, and now Russia and the Pink Country are now pulling off Operation Isolate, and they're trying to get the Red Country in on it. And honestly, they're pretty close to getting the Red Country in on it. But the Red Country, they're saying you're going to be paying for that wall and paying me to do this, and that's why they haven't actually gotten the Red Team to do it anymore. So the Brown Country, they do still have trade routes through the Pink Team. Their trade routes look like this, so that it goes like up to here, there, and then out, because they had like this. They had all that, and then there, and then there. So, and like right through there. So yeah, these are the trade routes of the country. They have like one coming out right through here, and like the Red Team, they honestly probably would not suffer from this. But what goes ahead, the Russians, they go ahead and decide that they're going to do it, and the wall is officially built. So now this country is completely isolated, and well, yeah. And finally, the Canadian Alliance, they go ahead and decide that they are going to step down at one cost, or they will join the Russian Alliance again, only if they decide to just if the Russians give them 15 nukes, not 15, but like give them nuke instructions how to build them. And well, Canada's probably gonna abuse that, because like see guys, I'm Canadian, so I am definitely being very nice to Canada in this series, and well, that is not gonna stop. Honestly, no country is really opposed to this. They've also been on the meetings, and they're fine with this. They're fine with the rejoining of the alliance. And well, all countries that joined the Canadian alliance are now technically back in, or well, are now in the Russian alliance. But Russia now does have to pay a little fee to these African countries to support them throughout their lifetime. So yeah, Russia, have fun with that, I guess. But the Heart Alliance does the oh my gosh, I'm starting. Sorry guys. The Diamond Alliance does stay around between these countries. They go ahead and decide that they're going to make like this economical. Oh shoot! Sorry guys, that was my fan. But let's get right back to the video. So yeah, they're making an economical alliance. So yeah, that's their economical alliance. And Canada, they are quick to rejoin this, quickly to join this alliance. Like they are like really pumped to join this alliance. They're like, hey, I'm in. So they join it. Same with this country, they also join it. Our dark blue North American country, they join it, and our brown country joins it. So tensions between the Russian alliance and the brown country has been decreasing in the past little bit, and officially the brown country decides to leave the brown alliance, not the brown alliance, the Heart alliance. Yeah, so they declare that they are no longer going to be a part of the Heart alliance, but this now opens a whole bunch of other countries to join the Heart alliance. And well, they're going to quickly do that, because well, all these this brown country was stopping all of these countries from joining it because they didn't really like them, and like for some obvious reasons. But yeah, they go ahead and join it. Yeah, it's crazy. But this country also decides to leave it. Oh yeah, they're in the economical alliance also. They also join the Russian alliance. Actually, no, they don't join the Russian alliance. They actually go ahead and dip out of the economic alliance also, because they're like, no, the Russians and them don't like each other because of this island. They have claims over this island and the Panama Canal. So it's not good, but it's fine. But our Turkish country, they are also going to go ahead and join this economical alliance, because it's honestly a very powerful economical alliance. They also go ahead and they join it. So yeah, they also aren't. This purple country is not in favor of the Russian alliance either, so they go ahead and leave also. So yeah, but as I was saying, it opens up a lot of countries to open the Heart alliance. So they join. These guys join the Heart alliance. Yeah, honestly, that's really about it. I would feel like maybe. Oh no, yeah, these guys would definitely join now. And also, these guys join because, well, they feel threatened. So you kind of see what's gonna happen if when World War II does break out, because everyone's saying that it is inevitable. And well, they're not wrong, because I am inevitable. No, I'm joking, guys. Marvel, please don't sue me. I don't have any money. I'm broke, guys. They go ahead and join, and so do these guys right here. Even though they're technically a breakaway, but meh. They go ahead and surrender up some land to this purple country to have some land to like join the alliance. They have it. They just surrender it over to. They surrender like some of this. They also, the red team goes ahead and sells this land to them. But yeah. So now it's not looking so good for them. Well, the Russian alliance. The Russian alliance is now like, it's powerful. It's very powerful, but it's still not the greatest thing, because well, now the Heart alliance is literally on your border everywhere. Like, because like the the pink country, it's just a ally of the Russian alliance, and like an Iron Curtain is now declared um over Europe. And this is pretty much the Hard Alliance circle, like, of influence in Europe. It does kind of span out to into here. So yeah, and then it does kind of take like a little chunk of Denmark and then back down. So yeah. Oh yeah, and like this big area right here. So yeah, this is the Hard Alliance area. And well, yeah. But that's the Iron Curtain in Europe pretty much, but not really. And well, you see, this country, this land is very disputed. Like, this land in this area, all of this land right here is very disputed. The Russians, they do really want this, but they know that they probably can't claim it. And actually, the age of colonial empires are starting to come down, crashing down. But, not actually, I take back what I said earlier in the video. The whole world is not explored. That is my bad. We still have all of Oceania to be explored, and well, up here in the north, these like islands right here. So yeah, and yeah, it's something. But our green country, they go ahead and start giving some autonomy to some provinces in this area, because the age of colonialism is coming to an end. It is 2001. It is but they're like 100. They're like 200, not 200, like 100 years ahead of us. Like in the 2001, they are 100 years ahead of us. So during World War One, they were like at 2024 stuff, which is crazy. But they haven't always been like, yeah, they've pretty much always been 100 years ahead of us. For not for the longest time actually, but they only like boomed up like after like a little bit before World War One. So, one single area breaks away from our green country, but they stay a puppet of the green country. They literally are like the green country. They treat everyone so well. They've only committed war crimes once, and like we don't talk about that. They did some bad stuff over here. Um, at the edge of the universe, humming a toot. No, I'm joking, guys. But yeah, they did do some bad stuff to some people over here. If you guys remember, like it was over in this, it was like a tribe, and they were demanding that they killed every single person here, which was very gruesome. It was a very gruesome battle, and well, yeah, it is something. But finally, people were able to decide what's gonna happen to the land here. First of all, this country, they're gonna claim some of this land, and they're gonna get that land because, well, they're pretty isolated already, because like they only border one country, and that's the Russians. These guys, they go ahead and they span their borders up to this country and share their ideas with this country. But you see, everyone thinks that this country's new. It's brand new. No, it's not. It's just came back from the dead. It's kind of like the Red Country, but like the Red Country was always around. They just like got gifted some land and like moved their capital there, which doesn't make much sense. But meh, doesn't matter. They're still European country, so meh, doesn't matter. But yeah, they go this purple country. They go ahead and make some claims right here, and this our light blue country, they make some claims. They make a claim for the rest of this land right here, and this goes over to Russia. Oh shoot, this goes over to Russia, and well, actually, instead of something happening, the Koreans, they go ahead and they kind of just like walk out of this land. Like Koreans, like there's no one living in this area, and Russia, they just like claimed it as their own. And the Koreans, they didn't even notice until until someone went over there, until like the Korean like government went over here to look, like the Korean military looked over here and they just saw Russian people living here. They're like, "Is this your land?" They're like, "Oh, well, it was yours. We just said it's our now because no one was living here." So they're like, "Oh, okay." And see, the Koreans, they are so peaceful. Like they're so nice to everybody except for that one time. We don't talk about that though. We see this land. It is this land right here. It is disputed so much. The the brown country, they not the brown country, the green country, they make some claims um over in this land right here, but it's probably not gonna stick. They made some claims right here just for some like a little bit of extra land, and obviously no one's really gonna get their claims because, well, it's influenced by every single this land's influenced by every single country. People are living here and they just say, well, we're a part of this country. Well, no, we're a part of this country. And we're probably going to see why this no one will ever get their claims because, well, they're close relations, but but they're but they kind of overlap. But they're like claims overlap. So um this country, they go ahead and it sits right here, like this, like this, right here, right here, right here, right here, and, well, the slime country, they make a little claim right here. But you see, the one guy, he realizes that no one wants the land in the middle. No one knows, no claims have gone out that far. So you know what? I'm gonna start my own country. That's exactly what he does. And, well, he declares his daughter the princess of this country. Yeah, so there was actually a case like this because in Europe, this guy, he declared a country and like he said that my daughter is the princess of it, but no, this one's for real. He's just the king. Well, yeah, it's weird. They did some stuff. Don't worry, this girl's over the age, so it's fine. But their family's pretty weird because, well, it is a it technically they they're married, the daughter and husband, but the daughter and dad, it's very gross. It's like some Alabama stuff, bruh. Okay, I'm probably gonna get copyrighted for doing that, but like, so yeah, yeah. So this country is now recognized by, Russia, the red country, because the red country said, "I'll give you recognition if you still recognize me." And they're like, "Okay," and yeah, they recognize that. So now they recognize each other. Brown country recognizes this country, and that's pretty much all they need. Also, the Korean country recognizes it. So, yeah, but the Canadian country, they went ahead and with all these nukes, well, they have one nuke, as I said, they have a single nuclear bomb, but eventually one day the president goes ahead and steps outside and says, he makes a speech and says, we have 20 nuclear bombs. The Russian president goes ahead and makes a speech also and says, we have 16 nuclear bombs. And, well, yeah, it's yeah, it's not good because, well, these guys shouldn't be allowed this many nuclear bombs, but they did anyways. And, well, the Korean country, they're the only people that actually are following the rules and are like sticking, because like the power ranking is out of 50 now, and if you get a 50 you can have 100 nuclear bombs. No, you can have like 1,000 nuclear bombs, but like if at the power ranking of 12 you can have 12 nuclear bombs. But, you know, they say we have 12 nuclear bombs. Why do you guys so much? Why do you guys have so many? That's not allowed. So, yeah. But the Korean country, they're still not knocked off their crown. They're still not knocked off their throne. But isn't it crazy how this country used to not know about anything? Like they used to be like not even they started out all the way over here, and they had like their capital was right here, and like they've gone through a civil war twice. I'm pretty sure, but meh, it's fine. Now you go ahead and have wait, hold up. Did I not finish this country's claims? I don't think I might have. I did. Never mind. Okay, so yeah. Now, you go ahead and, well, the Korean country, they go ahead and say, you know what? If you guys can make more nuclear bombs, then so will we. In a matter of 15 days, they have 35 nuclear bombs. 35 nuclear bombs. And in a matter of 2 days, the Russians, they're like, hey, don't do that. And they have 27 nuclear bombs. But you see the Canadian people, they're like, well, we can't be left out here. So they go ahead and they say, well, guess what we have, guys? We have 215 nuclear bombs. And they're like, no, you don't. They're like, yeah, we don't. We have 52. And they're like, you have 52? And yes, it is actually true. They do have 52 nuclear bombs. But an alliance starts to, outside alliance. It's not like, it's like the UN. But it's to stop the creation of nuclear bombs. Because now another country is starting to make nuclear bombs. Our brown country. No one knows how they got the plans. Everyone's pointing fingers at the Canadian country, but the Canadian country say it's not us. It's the Russians. The Russians were the one that gave them the secrets to making nuclear bombs. And they have 3 of them. The French, they go ahead and thieves, they flew in 10 planes. They stole a nuclear bomb from the brown country, and the brown country, they should technically have 4, but the French, they have 1 now. So yeah, nuclear bombs are now becoming pretty scary, and now is super like a hydrogen bomb. That was just made by the Canadians. This is now the most destructive bomb ever made. And well, we're gonna use the color of green for it. They have 2 of these. They tested one on a city. What it would do to it? Absolute destruction. There was like not a single survivor. Like obviously they didn't use your people, but they used like robots. So yeah, they have 2 of these. So yeah, it's honestly crazy what these bombs can do. Well, no, they have 1 because they tested 1. Sorry. So yeah, with the creation of nuclear bombs now, everyone's starting to be like, okay, we are okay. The world's cooked. But the Canadians, they go ahead and give some nuclear bombs to they give 2 nuclear bombs to this country, because these 2 countries, the Canadians and this dark blue country, they are like the closest countries in the whole world. Like they, even with a new government, they are still close. Both sides, because because the people, they love each other in each other's countries. Like they are such good allies. You don't even need a visa to like go to country. You just need to say, hey, I'm going to this country. They're like, okay, bye. Like you don't even it doesn't matter. You can just go to that country. You just walk across the border. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so it's honestly pretty crazy how powerful these hydrogen bombs are, because they are more powerful than any bomb in the world. And in our world, they are nowhere close to being as strong as these nuclear bombs or these hydrogen bombs. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm fine. Yeah. So now, but the Russians, they go ahead and they ease up on some areas over here because an election happens, and it's pretty much like the guy that collapsed the Soviet Union. Well, let the Soviet Union collapse, which isn't that big of a deal, but like still, it's the guy that he just got elected in, and he's starting to make freedom everywhere. And people over here, they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna break away from the country. And that's exactly what happens. It's the first ever Russian breakaway. from this Russia, because this Russia has been a very rich and happy country for the longest time. The breakaway happened. And well, the Russian people, they just look at the government and say, are you going to do something about this? And if you aren't, we will. The Russians, the government said, and they went to the country and helped them build a house. And well, as soon as he gets back to the capital, bang, he's dead. Immediately. And actually, it was by his vice president. No one was having this. They quickly marched through. And they encircled this important city. And then flyers are dropped. This is something that the Russians do no matter what. They will drop flyers on a country before they nuke it. And they say, get out of the country, get out of the city, either just surrender or leave the city, because I will drop a nuke on it. And they did not surrender. So, the Russians, they went ahead and pulled out a nuclear bomb. And instead of dropping it on the city, they gave a warning shot. And they went bang right there. It was like a major military base, but see, it's not under Russian control anymore, so they don't need it. It wasn't a port, it wasn't anything, it was just a very major military base that the Brown team was using. But still, but these people were not surrendering. So the Russians, they dropped another flyer on it saying that was a warning shot. Don't make us actually drop it on it. 2 days later, they surrender. So, the Russians, they are now down to 26 nuclear bombs until they say that we had 29 nuclear bombs. But people are now people are going to say, we will stop trading with you if you continue making nuclear bombs. So, now, the Russians, they say, here, can I make 2 more nuclear bombs? They say, sure. And they make 2 more nuclear bombs. So they have an even number of 30. But, you see, the Korean country, they go ahead and come out with a new number. They come out with 79 nuclear bombs. And honestly, that's not good. The French people, they come out with 17 nuclear bombs. 3 nuclear bombs. And the Brown country, they come out with 10 nuclear bombs. 10 nuclear bombs. Oh my gosh, bruh. 10 nuclear bombs there. But you see, the Canadians, they aren't. Yes, you'd think 79 might be crazy. The Canadian country, they have 102 nuclear bombs. And see, here's the thing. The presidents, they make videos and they count the nuclear bombs. They count them. And it's stationed all out through the country, so it's multiple videos. But you see, the Canadians, they aren't done. They stop making nuclear bombs. And they make 10 hydrogen bombs. 10 of them. And these are more powerful than any hydrogen bomb in the world. In our world. And well, the Russians, they're like, Canada, can we please have the secrets? They're like, no. No, you're just going to abuse it. You've now dropped 3 nuclear bombs. They say, okay, fine. Because obviously everyone's looking at the Russians right now like, okay, you need to stop, bruh. Because they were threatening to drop a 4th nuclear bomb. And the radiation from the first 2 are now just starting to clear up. Because, some people have now been going into here and starting to see that it's safe to move back in, and a lot of red people, people from the red country, they're starting to move back into their homes, well, going back to where their home was and building on their land that they own. And well, once the city is fully recovered, they declare that this will be their capital once more. But for now, it is going to be a shell of its former self. But thankfully, this nuclear bomb was not as powerful as the Russians were hoping, and well, it's completely fine now. Obviously, you can still get like a little sick from drinking the water, so people, you can move there, but like it's at your own risk. So obviously, people are still moving there, but meh. Now, you can kind of see that the world is now gonna go into a Cold War before World War II. And see, since World War II hasn't happened, the Cold War is going to lead into World War. And honestly, I can feel like the Chinese, the Canadians, and the Russians, they're going to be the three superpowers. And, well, they're not going to work together at all after this. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed making it for you guys. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye.